ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦਿ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Okay, right, thank you for that, those of you joined in. Okay, how you all feeling this morning? Everybody ready to go? Oh yes. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Okay, first of all, those of you who raised their hands and wanted to listen to me do Kirtan, oh, thank you so much. Oh. And for those who didn't raise their hands, you missed out, people. You missed out. It would have been amazing, yeah, because I do have an amazing voice, as you know, yeah. I'm only joking, I don't. But, you know, I do try. But thanks for, you know, raising your arm, even if you were saying, oh my God, he's sat right there. If nobody raises an arm, he's going to be thinking, oh my God, nobody wants to listen to me. So thank you for that, even if you didn't want to listen to me. I appreciate it, yeah? I appreciate it. Okay. Also, big news. I want to say congratulations, Badanya. If you support the Golden State Warriors. Who's that? That's you, yeah? Badanya, I'm going to ask the BBI if they can make some laddus, if there's enough time. Because it's khushiyan da sama, isn't it? Yes. And they're not going to be a normal size laddu, they're going to be basketball size laddu, yeah? That's how we celebrate. Okay. Now, they have been my favorite team since Monday, yeah? Because, oh yes, I've been supporting them for a long time. So I thought, yeah, I gotta show my support. So yeah, to those people. We're gonna move on to the talk, and it's on Sikhi Sidhak. Okay? Now, Sidhak in English means faith. Okay? Now, if you don't have faith, then you don't have much in life. Okay? Now, there's a few quotes here, which I liked. I thought I'd share with you guys what some people think of faith is. Okay? It says, faith never knows where it is being led, okay? But it loves and knows the one who is leading. Yeah? So for us, that's our guru. Okay? Sometimes we don't know where our life is going, which way it's heading. But one thing we can be sure about is that if your guru's leading it for us, then it's only being led in the right direction. Okay? We may not understand it. We may not understand it. Sometimes we ask questions, why has this happened to me? Yeah? Why does this happen to good people? People always come up with that analogy. But Maharaj is saying, well, this quote, right, and we can see it from a Sikhi perspective, that's for us, that's Guru. Also, faith is seeing light with your heart, okay, and all eyes see is darkness. So I quite like that one as well. Okay? Sometimes what we look around, we don't actually see the bigger picture sometimes. Yeah? We want instant things to happen for us. Yeah? I want it to happen now. Okay? You know when people do ardas at the Gurdwara, they say to the Gyani ji, here's $5 or $10 to do ardas for me. Okay? And then they expect Maharaj to deliver. So they start going, okay, Maharaj, I've done the ardas. I didn't give you $5, I gave you 10, right? I doubled it. So when are you going to sort me out then? People expect results. Things don't go their way, okay? But what they don't understand is that Maharaj has a plan for them. So they may not be able to see it, but that's where faith comes in. Yeah? Faith in your Guru. Okay, if you have that, if you have faith, okay, then we'll see what Maharaj will actually deliver to you. Okay, those who have faith. The top, Maharaj is saying, that's a quote from Gurbani. Okay, Sidhak Saburi Sadhaka Savar Tosa Malayaka. Faith, having faith, contentment and tolerance are the food and provisions of the angels. Okay, now those virtues to have, those qualities to have, Maharaj is saying that that's the food and provision of the angels. Okay, right. Jegur Sang Vartada Sikhi Sidhak Nahare. Now sometimes Guru will test you. They'll put you in a position and see how you react. And then it's up to you, okay, to either have full profound faith in your Guru and stay with it, or what people have done in the past sometimes have turned their back on their Guru, okay, and not achieved anything. Had they just stuck in for that little bit longer, then they would have got Maharaj's boxes. But Maharaj sometimes tests you. Now, in this image, that's Bhai Lanaji. Okay? Do you know who Bhai Lanaji was? Yeah? Who? He was second Guru. Before he became Guru, Guru put him through some tests. Okay? Now, one of the tests was this. It was quite bizarre. Right? In Kartarpur Sahib, Guru Nanak Dev Ji sitting, and he has his two sons. Yeah? Anybody know the names? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, Baba Sri Chandji and Baba Lakshmi Das. His two sons were sat right there. And it had continued to rain for days. Okay? And then the Sangat, okay, there was no provisions been coming in. So people were a bit short on food. They wanted to eat, they were getting a bit hungry. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, okay, to test that who listens to Guru's hukum, he put this test out. There was a tree, and Guruji said to his sons that go up that tree and shake it. What will happen? All this food will drop out of it. And this was a tree, Kikkarda. There was no fruit on it, no nothing on it. It was a tree that doesn't produce fruit. And the sons looked at each other going, what's our father saying? What's Guru Nanak Dev Ji saying? He wants us to climb up this tree. There's not even any fruit up there, because that's not that sort of tree. And he's saying if you shake it, then food will drop. They said, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, oh, we're not going to do it. People are going to laugh at us. They're going to say that they've gone crazy. The Sanghat's going to laugh at us, and we're not doing it. Okay? Who else was there? Bhai Lanaji, Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj, yeah, who became Guru Angad afterwards. Quickly. He didn't even have to wait for Guru Sahib to finish his sentence, right? Guru Maharaj he was just waiting for Maharaj to look at him so that he could quickly run up the tree and do exactly what the Guru had just told him. Okay? Because he had full bharosa, full faith. Guru Nanak Dev Ji's own sons doubted him. They said, well, our father's obviously said something that he doesn't realize. Okay? Whereas Bhai Lanaji had full faith. He was just waiting for Guru Nanak Dev to just look at him so that he could climb up that tree and shake that tree, like Guru Nanak Dev Ji said. As soon as Maharaj glanced on him, quickly ran up the tree and started shaking the tree. And you know what? Food fell out of that tree. Food fell out of that tree. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji's sons and the rest of the Sangat were amazed looking at this, going, this is a miracle. And then when Bhai Lanaji came down, okay, and all the Sangats obviously pleased and happy that could eat, and then the sons obviously wondering what actually had happened, then they're feeling a bit ashamed of themselves, thinking, if we had done that, because the Sangat was saying, praises of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, and they were also saying praises of Bhai Lehna Ji as well. And the sons were stood there thinking, only if we had gone up, yeah, if only we had a bit of faith, then that would have been us. And then they asked Bhai Lehna Ji, they said, Bhai Lehna Ji, you and me, we both know that this tree, okay, has had nothing. There was not even fruit on it. But you went up there and fruit came out. Now, what were you thinking? He goes, when Guru Nanak Dev Ji set that button to me, the only thing I was doing is following his orders, because I had full faith in Guru Nanak Dev Ji. I knew that jo mera Guru kehda hai, oh sach hai. Even if the task before us seems impossible, yeah, that it cannot happen. Even if that is the case, well, Bhai Lehna Ji said, I wasn't interested in that. The only thing I was interested in was following my hukum, the hukum of my Guru, and he had faith in him. Okay? Another time, Bhai Lehna Ji was tested, now with amongst the rest of the Sangat as well. One of the days, Guru Nanak Dev Ji told all his Sangat to follow him, wherever he went. But before he did that, he went away and he came back, okay? Now, he was dressed as a hunter, and he made himself look a bit scarier. So when people saw that, remember we said when the Guru performs a sham to test people, okay? Now, he came back and he had wild dogs with him, and the Sangat's looking at Guru Nanak Dev Ji thinking, what's going on now, right? And Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, follow me, Sah Sangat Ji. And then Guru Nanak Ji started walking. As they carried on walking, half of the Sangat have been walking for a long time, and then they're like, well, you know what? We don't know what Guru Nanak Dev Ji is doing, but this just seems pointless. Let's go back. Yeah? Half of them just left. And there was only the other half remaining. As Guru Nanak Dev Ji walked forward, and some of them had started to doubt now, thinking that we should have gone back with the rest. Yeah? We just stuck here for no reason. And then all of a sudden what happens, on the ground, they see a lot of copper coins. So what they do, they quickly start gathering those. Guru Nanak Dev Ji keeps walking, but there's few people are more interested in following the Guru's hukum, and he said, just follow me, and then they notice all the copper coins. And they started gathering them. And then they just, after that, they just went back, because Guru Nanak Dev Ji had carried on. There was only few people left to Guru Nanak Dev Ji now. And as they walked further, they came underground and found some silver coins. And then some who previously, when they saw the copper coins, right, were saying, hang on, we should really stick at it, see what happens, had started to, doubt, thinking, hang on, maybe we should have stayed back, because they're all happy now, they've got the coins and they've gone back. So those people who still are not sure, still have their doubt, no prosa faith in Guru, they saw the silver coins and said, well, this is even better. Yeah? So they collected all the silver coins and then they all went back. So now, very few of them left. But not all of them had prosa, not all of them had faith, not all of them had Sidhak in Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So, as they carry on walking, what happens now? They see gold, coins. Now, they're thinking, yeah, this is it now. This must be it. Guru Nanak Dev Ji wanted to test us. He wanted to bring us to this gold, and this is going to be our prize. We're glad we just stuck at it. We're glad we stuck at it. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji didn't stop there. He carried on walking. So, those people thinking, what's going on now? We thought this was it. This was our reward for following his hukum. Now, only 4 people remained. The rest just stopped. And Bhai Lehna Ji walked with Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, with 3 other people. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji then gave him one final test. one final test of faith. As they walked, they saw a corpse, dead body, been rotting away. And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji stops there. And all the rest of the Sikhs stop as well. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, okay, this is why I brought you here. Now start eating the dead corpse that been rotting away. So they're looking at each other going, say what? Right? What's going on? That we want us to eat the corpse, right? And then the three that were there, okay, two of them just walked back, and then one just stood back. Couldn't do it. But Bhai Lena Ji had faith, total faith in Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And you know what he said? He said to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, where do you want me to start? Yeah? Where do you want me to start eating? And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, from the middle. Now that corpse, okay, was covered. Okay? Utte kapda paya siga. And when Bhai Lena Ji walked forward and he lifted the kapda, do you know what he found underneath? There wasn't a dead body. Flowers? No. Yeah, but what sort of food? It was prasad. Like we have kada prasad, he had prasad there. So it was all a test. Okay? Maharaj is saying, hey, Jay Guru Sang Vartada Sikhi Sidhak na hare. If the Guru performs a sham, the Sikh should not give up his I can't read that. Anybody here can read that? Forbearance, that's the one. Right. Now, all the rest had gone, but one remaining. And you know the prize for remaining was that from Bhai Lena, he became Guru's Ang, part of Guru Nanak, Guru Angad Dev Ji. That's how his name came about. And Guru Maharaj gave him the Guru Gaddi because he had full faith in his Guru. Okay? And next to it, there's a story of Bhai Manjji. Okay? Now again, Bhai Manjji was at the time of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. Okay? Now, before he became Guru Sikh, he used to follow this Muslim sort of revered person, and they used to follow him. And Bhai Manjji was not only the follower, but he was the leader as well. Okay, he used to lead a congregation, he used to lead them. And he was also very rich. He had a lot of money. He was known in his village. But once he had darshan of Maharaj. Okay, he heard Gurbani of Maharaj first. And when he heard the Gurbani of Maharaj, then he saw the Sikhs of Maharaj. And he looked at them and said, these guys, they keep such an amazing discipline, and the Bani that they read is so beautiful. Who does he belong to? Then they told him that it's Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. So he wanted to meet Guru Arjan Dev Ji. So he went. When he went to meet Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji said to him, they said, if you want to become a Sikh of the Guru, okay, now you're going to have to give up everything else. All these other people that you follow, you're going to have to give all that up. Okay? In his Pind where he lived, everybody followed this Musliman guy. But he was also the head of all of them. So he's thinking that if I go back now and I stop what I was doing before, and the rest are going to turn on me, going to say, well, if you stop believing in our Baba, then he's going to curse us. So he's in a dilemma now. But Guru is saying, look, if you want to, then this is the shart, okay? This is what you're going to have to do. Then he said, fine, I will do that. So he went back, okay? And he had a place made for this Muslim Baba. And then what he did, he got rid of it. And then when his neighbors found out, they came and they said, have you lost your mind? Do you know what will happen? That because of you now, the whole village is going to be cursed. So he's saying, I don't care. My Guru's told me that I'm a Sikh now, and that's it. I don't follow nobody else. I have full faith in my Guru. So what slowly started to happen, people started to move away from him. Okay? And he started becoming poor. Nobody wanted to associate with him. And slowly, everything he had in his house, he had to sell it, to the point where there was nothing left in his house. And now the rest of them were looking at him thinking, yeah, see, that's what happens. Yeah, he's following this Guru Arjan Dev Ji, and he left our Musalman Baba, and see what's happened to him now. Yeah, he's lost everything, but he still had faith in Maharaj. He still had faith. It came to a point where there was absolutely nothing left in his house, no food left in his house, and he would go out and nobody would give him a job. Nobody would give him work. So he had to travel outside of his village to find work. Now, he managed to gather some money, just enough, so him and his family could eat. There was his wife and his daughter and him left in the house. And the wife, again, she started saying to him, look, have you made the right choice here? Have we done the right thing? See, now, losing everything, okay? Now, to us, this is a Sakhi that happened. But imagine if that happened to you, that you became a Sikh and you lost everything that you had. Yeah? You lost all your money. Okay, you don't have food to eat anymore. You're about to lose your house. You're about to lose everything that you ever had. You lost the respect of all those people that were around you. What would be going through your mind? You must be having doubts, thinking, hang on, have I done the right thing? But by Manji, remember that. That's by Gurdas Ji. So the Sikh should not give up. He never gave up. Yeah? So he said to his wife, he said, don't worry. Yeah? Don't worry. That I have full faith in Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. And we would have thought that this was the end, where Guru Maharaj was just testing him just that far, but Guru Maharaj wanted to test him even further. So what Guru Arjan Dev Ji does, he sends a Sikh with a letter. It's a Hukumnama, a letter from Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. Okay? He goes, give this to Bhai Manji, and said before he receives the Guru's letter, he has to give him 21 rupees. Now in those days it was a large amount. Okay? So he went with the letter and he said to Bhai Manji, he said, Guruji has sent you this Hukumnama. And he became so happy that Guru has sent him a hukum. Guru has sent him an order. That Guru has sent him something that he thought about him. And he goes, I would do anything. He goes, there's one shart, that you have to give me 21 rupees. And then he started thinking, well, I don't have anything. I don't have no money. But he goes, that's from my Guru. So he goes, the only thing I have left is my daughter and my wife, and nobody else. So what happened? Then he took his daughter, okay, to this man's house and said that from this day onwards, yeah, she'll be your servant for the rest of her life. Okay? She'll be the slave for the rest of her life. You can get her to do whatever jobs you want doing, and you don't have to pay her nothing. The only thing I require is 21 rupees from you. So Bhai Manji even had to sell his daughter. And even then, he didn't lose faith in Guru Arjan Dev Ji. He wanted that letter. What was in that letter? The hukum. So he took the 21 rupees and he gave it to the Sikh, and he got the hukum from him. And you know what the hukum said? The hukum said, the Guru's happy with you. Keep doing your part. Keep doing your Nityanem. Guru's happy with you. And when he just read that, yeah, he himself became so happy. And his prosa in Vaheguru, in prosa in Guru Arjan Dev Ji became more. that my Guru's happy with me. But look at what's happened. Not only he has lost all his possessions, but the only daughter that he had to sell her as well, so that she be a servant in someone's household for the rest of her life. Now that's a big test by the Guru, but it's not finished. It's not finished there. Then Guru Maharaj sends a Sikh few months later with another hukumnama, with another letter, with the same shart, that ask 21 rupees before you give this hukumnama. So he goes and he gives it to him and said, Guruji asked peta of 21 rupees. Now, he's already not got anything, no money, no possessions, everything's gone. His only daughter that he had to sell her. Okay? So who has he got left now? Just his wife. Just his wife. But he said, my Guru has sent me a hukumnama. And what sort of a Sikh would I be that not give darshni peta, used to be called. You know when you go and give peta to Maharaj, yeah, put money down, that's peta, darshni peta. And I said, what kind of a Sikh would I be if I can't get 21 rupees together? And it'll be the biggest disrespect to my Guru's hukumnama. So his wife already knows what's coming, but she's ready, because just like him, because they do their nitnem every single day. They read their japji every single day. And his wife with him became a Siddiqui Sikh, had perfect faith in Guru Arjan Dev Ji as well. So his wife, without him even having to say anything, she said, that's fine. Because he was thinking, I'm going to have to now sell her. And that's what he had to do. So imagine that now. Yeah? Not only you are almost out on the streets, you've lost everything, nobody's willing to help. Yeah? Not only that, they used to tease and curse him. People living around him tease and curse him. And now, not only he had to just sell his daughter a few months ago, but now he's having to sell his wife as well. But he still didn't waver. He still had full faith in Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, and he did that. Sold his wife, got the 21 rupees. Okay? And he had the hukumnama. Okay? Now the hukumnama said that the Guru is pleased with him. And then the Guru called him to where Guru Sahib was staying. So when Bhai Manjji he was so happy that Guru's actually called for him. Okay? He didn't care about what he had to do. He didn't care about none of that, because he had bharosa in his Guru. So he goes, and Guru Maharaj sees him and he gives him a seva to do. Yeah? He goes, you're going to stay here, and what you're going to do is, for Sangat's Langar, you're going to go and you're going to get firewood. Okay? Now, that's going to be your job. He said, Theek hai. He said, Sat Bachan to Guru Sahib. And he started doing that. Okay? Now, we would have thought that by this time, Guru Maharaj would have ended the test for him. But it wasn't just ending just there. So we used to bring the firewood, and then he would stay and in the saran nearby. And Guru Maharaj then called for him. He said to him, he said, Bhai Manjji, how much seva do you do? He goes, Guru Sahib, jinni tusi karane ho. Yeah? How much seva you bless me with, that's how much I do. And he goes, where do you eat? He goes, I eat from the langar. Then he goes, well, that's not really seva then, is it? If you're bringing wood, firewood, and then you eat in langar, that's basically like work. So you having the langar and it's all balanced out. You're saying, that's not really seva. Can you imagine hearing those words from your Guru after what he had to go through? That Guruji is saying, and all the Sangat as well around him, we're going, that what's going on? Why is Guru Sahib Ji saying that? And then he didn't get angry. He said, Satbachan Maharaj. So what he started doing, before he used to bring one bundle of firewood, he started bringing two. One for the langar, and then one he used to sell. And with the money that he received from it, okay, that's how he used to provide for himself. He didn't used to eat from langar. And he just went on for time. Then one of the days, okay, he was bringing firewood, and there was a storm. And in India, you go to Sadkan, even still now, there's a lot of mitti about. And there was a lot of mitti going in his face. What happened, as he's walking, there was a well, there was a coup, but he couldn't see it. He had the lakra on his head, carrying the firewood on his head for the langar, as per usual. But he doesn't see the well, doesn't see the coup. And what happens, as he takes a step forward, he falls into the coup, into the well. Even when he fell into the well, do you know what he was thinking about? He wasn't thinking about his safety. He was thinking about the firewood. Thinking, I cannot let this firewood get wet, because wet lakkad is no good. And Sangtan will have to go without. Guru will have to go without. I cannot let that happen. So, without caring for his own safety, he made sure that the lakra he lifted above his head, and in his heart, in his chit, in his mind, he is remembering Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. And when that happened, Guru Sahib Ji immediately gets up from his asana, and he starts almost running with great speed, starts moving, and he says to the Sangat, that some of the Sangat starts following him, and he gets to where the coup is, where the well is, and they have a rope. They let a rope down, and they say to Bhai Manji, grab onto the rope and just pull yourself up to safety. And you know what Bhai Manji's reply was? He goes, Guruji, I will tie these lakna first, pull these lakna out first, and then I will come out. And then the rest of the Sangat are looking at this and going, wow, look at this. They all had known about Bhai Manji's story, what had happened to him, about his family, how he lost everything, and how Guru tested him to the point where a normal person would have left Sikhi a long time ago, but there he was, almost drowned, almost dead, okay? But his only concern is the Guru, his only concern is the Sangat. He goes, Guruji, pull this lakna up first, and then you pull me up. They pulled the lakna up, and then they pulled him up, and soon as he came up, then Guru Sahib embraced him, apni chhati na laya Maharaj ne. And Maharaj was so happy with him. He said, ask anything you want of me. Your seva is pravan. That the seva that you have done, Bhai Manj, nobody can ask of anything. Okay? And you know what Bhai Manji asked? He goes, Maharaj, you have given me anything. I don't want nothing. I have everything. Normal person would have been like, Maharaj, straight away thinking about the family. Maharaj, I want my wife back, I want my daughter back. And then some other things, but he said, Guruji, I have everything. I don't want nothing back from you. You have given me all I need and more. But he goes, then Guru Sahib said, no, kuch mangala. Bhai Manj, ask for something. And Bhai Manji said, Guru Maharaj, if you are going to give me something, then please, Maharaj, do this for me. That from this day onwards, how you have put me through the test, Maharaj, don't make any other Gursikh go through this test. Right? So even then, he didn't think about himself. He thought about the Sangat. He thought about you. He thought about me. He thought about all of us. That Maharaj, don't put a Sikh through a test like this ever again. And Maharaj gave him an Ashirwad, and Maharaj was so happy with him. Then after that, the Sangtam, when they saw this, they were saying, Tan Guru, Tan Guru de Sikh, because the faith that he had. Okay, and his wife obviously came back, and the daughter as well. So his family was united again. But because he had full faith in his Guru, he had Sidhak Bharosa in his Guru. So, Bhai Gurdas ji's words, okay? Je Guru Sang Vartada, Sikh Sidhak na hare. Do not lose your faith. Do not lose your Bharosa in Guru. Okay? Right. Now, again, this is Bhagat Kabir ji. Okay? Now, this is Shabad from Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Okay? Now, Bhagat Kabir ji had full faith in Vaheguru. Now, Bhagat Kabir ji wasn't liked by the Hindu priests or the Muslim priests because he used to speak out. He used to speak against the hypocrisy that the Brahmins and the mullahs were practicing. So they all wanted him dead. Okay? So what happens? They tie him up. Okay? And the whole account is actually Kabirji writes himself. It's in Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. That the mother Ganges is deep and profound, tied up in chains. That's what they tied him up in chains. Okay, this is what they're going to do to him. They took Kabir there. My mind was not shaken. So he had Sidhak Bharosa in Vaheguru. My mind was not shaken. Why should my body be afraid? My consciousness remained immersed in the lotus feet of the Lord. The waves of the Ganges broke the chains. So as soon as they threw him in the river, his chains broke. Yeah? And Kabir was seated on a deer skin. You can't see it in the painting, but he floated on a deer skin in Ganga. The waves of the Ganges broke the chains, and Kabir was seated on a deer skin. Says Kabir, I have no friend or companion on the water and on the land. The Lord is my protector. He had faith and Bharosa. He didn't let go of his Bharosa until the end. Yeah? And Vaheguru saved him. The Bharosa that he had. Okay? Now, just conscious of the time, just want to talk about Sant Jarnail Singh Ji Khalsa, Pindranwale, and Anok Singh Babbar, right, on the right hand side. Now, all that Bharosa and faith, where does that come from? Where do you think that comes from? What was Bhai Manji doing all that time? When all those things were happening to him and everything was going wrong with him, what was he actually doing? He was doing Seva, but not something else. Yeah? Simran, yes. And he used to do his Japji Sahib.